I'm gonna beat your. I'm gonna you up. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna beat his.
Sometimes people think they can commit a crime and fight with cops. But what happens when cops counterattack the criminal when they try to fight? Here are the 3 cases when criminals try to fight with the cops and think they can escape from them. Starting with a couple whose names are Julian and Yolanda, who were fighting on the streets. On July 8, 2023, police officers were called to a situation involving domestic violence. They arrived at the scene where a couple was arguing and physically fighting. The officers tried to calm the situation and understand what had happened.
Come here. Just come here. Come here. Huh? Come here. Stop. Don't come closer here. Don't go closer.
What?
Don't go closer. Don't go closer here.
I'm trying to chase my girl, bro.
I just saw you guys. Come on. Just talk to me. Hey. I know we just talked, but just let's get over here.
The woman in the couple, Yolanda, seemed unwilling to provide her name and cooperate with the police. The officers asked for their names and tried to get information about the situation. The man, Julian, was also uncooperative, and the situation became tense. The police believed that they had witnessed a domestic battery, and the couple was informed that they were being detained.
What you guys trying to do, dog? What you guys trying to do?
Stop.
Just what are you guys trying to do?
What happened?
Just tell us what's going on. We're trying to get your side of the story.
You're not free to walk away.
What?
You're not free to walk away. Yeah, you're detained.
For what?
For domestic
battery.
Babe! Domestic battery in front of you?
Yeah, I just watched it.
You're a damn lie.
Yolanda resisted, and the situation escalated. She claimed that she could handle herself, but the officers were concerned for her safety. While detaining Julian, he complained of breathing difficulties, which raised further concerns. An ambulance was requested.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Officer, please! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Officer! Please, I'm sorry, I'm sorry! I'm sorry, please! I'm sorry, I can't breathe! I can't breathe, yeah! Please, I need an ambulance, please! I can't breathe, I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
During the encounter, a witness who was nearby approached the police and provided a statement. The witness described the violent nature of the argument, with the man throwing the woman on the ground and hitting her. The witness was concerned for the woman's safety.
So I see him, and this young punk.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a gangbanger type, tough guy, cool dude type. And he grabs her, and he goes and he puts his arms around her, and he picks her up and he throws her on the cement.
Okay.
And I'm like, he's gonna kill her. So I race over there.
Okay.
And, I mean, he's coming after me. He's like telling me he's gonna kill me.
Okay.
The officers continued to question Yolanda and Julian, trying to understand the circumstances and their relationship. They asked if Julian was on drugs or had been drinking, to which he admitted having some alcohol. Yolanda eventually revealed that they had an argument but did not want to share the details, considering it a personal matter. Julian claimed that he wanted her back and that he loved her. The situation was tense and became physically aggressive as the officers struggled to detain Julian. He repeatedly asked to be released and claimed that he had done nothing wrong. The officers eventually decided to take Julian to the hospital for evaluation and to address his physical injuries, while Yolanda was released immediately and asked to stay safe. Once the officers had Julian on an ambulance bed, he began threatening the cops and using harsh language towards them. Even after being handcuffed, he continued to resist arrest by attempting to kick the officers with his legs. He refused to listen to anyone and posed a threat to the officers throughout the arrest.
Stop.
Hey,
Why
get
were
your
you
knuckles
so
out my
cool with me?
chest.
Why would
Get your
stop?
knuckles on my chest.
Alright, you wanna talk to me?
Stop. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna f you up. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna beat his. Hey, please get him off me, dog.
I will.
Please. Please get him off
You're
of
gonna
me.
hurt yourself.
As a result, Julian was taken into custody and charged with domestic battery and resisting arrest. As the situation provides an insight into a difficult and intense situation involving a domestic dispute, uncooperative individuals, and the challenges police officers face in handling such cases. If you think Julian was putting up a tough fight to avoid getting arrested, then you haven't heard about Sean Malarkey, a 45-year-old who even attempted to bite a police officer. On June 9th, 2022, a police officer from Hinsdale was trying to arrest Sean Malarkey for a domestic violence accusation. The accusation was that Sean had supposedly hit her ex-husband with a car. The officer told her to get out of her car multiple times, but she refused.
Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step
Get
out.
your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right
No,
now.
excuse-
Yes.
No.
Step out of the car.
Get your hands off
Get
of
out of the car.
No.
You're under arrest.
me. No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Get your hands
Open this
off.
garage door.
Excuse me.
Let go.
Get your
Let
hands
go.
off of me.
Stop. I told you you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
Why?
Because you have a warrant. And you're wanted for
No.
domestic battery. Yes, you are.
Excuse me. I just sent a message and I am. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Get out of the car right now.
No.
She argued with the officer and claimed that she had messaged her attorney. The situation escalated, with Sean resisting the officer's attempts to arrest her. The officer had to apprehend her forcefully, removing her from the car due to her aggressive behavior. She also mentioned that her children were home alone. The officer claimed to smell alcohol on her breath, but Sean denied it and argued with the officer about her arrest. She accused the officer of treating her badly in front of her children. The situation continued to escalate, with Sean and the officer arguing, and Sean resisting the arrest. She accused the officer of touching her inappropriately and threatened to sue him.
I need to call my attorney. I'm not getting in that car until I call my attorney. I'm calling my attorney.
It's not gonna happen.
No, I'm calling my attorney.
When the time comes,
Right
I'll call you.
f***ing now. I know, no,
your
I'm
attorney,
calling
but right
my
now you're under arrest.
No, I'm calling my attorney.
Sit in the car.
My children are home alone.
Giving you an order.
Sit in the car.
We will
My
get your
children
father here.
are
When you
home
get in the car.
alone. My children are home alone.
We will
And I'm
take care of
calling-
your children.
No, you're not taking care of shit.
I'm gonna get
The
help.
way that you take care of somebody is throwing them down on the ground.
Nobody
You are
threw your
a
children on the ground.
You are a shitty fucking human being.
That's messed up.
You throw somebody down in front of their children? What the f*** is wrong with you?
Sit down! I told you to sit down.
You! You piece of shit! Did I ever say you fucker do not touch me? Get his fucking hands off me! Get your fucking hands off me!
Cool out. Hey, if you keep resisting,
Get your
I'm gonna charge
fucking-
you with that. If
You
you
know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your fucking dirty ass hands on me.
stop moving, let him take off your watch.
You!
She refused to cooperate with the officer and used offensive language towards them. She even attempted to bite one of the officers. Her anger made her unaware of her actions. Ultimately, Sean Malarkey was charged with several offenses, including driving under the influence, assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and violating open alcohol container laws. Additional charges were later filed against her for endangering a child, violating bail conditions, and resisting an officer. It's mentioned that her court cases in DuPage County were still ongoing, and the domestic battery charge was dropped. However, Sean was not the only one resisting and fighting with cops. Here is a female who tried to cuddle with a stranger and tried to kick an officer while arresting. An officer responded to a call about an intoxicated female who was trying to cuddle a random passenger at Dallas Airport. As the officer approaches and inquiries her, the woman mentions that she is heading to San Diego for a funeral. She explains that her flight was delayed and her friend is accompanying her. The officer inquires about her alcohol consumption and she responds with, "Always about 4-7-7-4." The woman's apparent friend is also involved in the conversation, and it becomes clear that they are not traveling together. The officer questions her about her drinking and the events that transpired at the airport. The woman's friend reveals that her behavior was a reaction to the news of a friend's death and the flight delay. The officer asks for her identification, and learns that she is traveling alone. However, the woman is unable to find her ID. The officer separates the two, asking the friend to stand aside temporarily. He then returns to the woman, asking her about her arrival in Dallas and the current date, which she struggles to answer.
Please.
When did you get to Dallas?
Don't. Please don't.
I'm just asking you questions.
Today I came from Denver.
What day is today? What day is today? Just go ahead and put your stuff down. Put it down, please.
As the officer tries to instruct the woman to put her belongings down, she becomes increasingly uncooperative. This escalates into a physical confrontation, with the officer attempting to restrain her and the woman kicking him. The situation becomes more chaotic as the officer attempts to subdue the woman, warning her about the possibility of a resisting arrest charge.
Stop it. Do you want a resisting arrest charge added? Right now, it's a simple ticket. You continue that, and we're going to add charges to it. You understand me? Stand up.
Charles 3. Add assault to a peace officer. We're at 12 upper level.
You're going to stay right there, ma'am. You went from a simple public intoxication to assault on a peace officer.
I tried to talk to her. She wouldn't listen to me.
You talked, and that's what you did.
The officer eventually manages to handcuff the woman and informs her that she will be taken to jail for assaulting a peace officer. The woman insists that she didn't want to fight and that the officer had unfairly escalated the situation. The woman is placed in a patrol car.
Step up there.
Fuck! Are you serious? Why? It's not a power trip. Just let me go. Let me go. No. No! She trapped me! I didn't do to her! She pulled me to the ground! She touched me!
The woman continues to protest, stating that she's not violent but doesn't like being restrained. She mentions that she is a rape victim, which seems to be a reason for her discomfort with being held down. The situation eventually gets under control, with the woman placed in the patrol car and the officer successfully removing her restraints. The female was charged with public intoxication, resisting law enforcement, and assaulting a peace officer. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. Thank you.